What's up, YouTube? Payton Otterdahl here, two-time US Olympian and ASIC shot putter. Today we are going to be going over a bag haul. What is in my training bag? What do I keep in here? What are my training essentials?
Three, two, one.
I have recently, just this year, switched over to the roller bag method of training. I think it'll be a little bit easier. I was using a duffel bag in years past. I think I like the roller bag because it'll be easy to travel with. I always had to switch things over from my duffel bag to a backpack when I was traveling, going to meets and stuff. So I get to just bring this as a carry-on now. So it'll be much easier. So let's crack into it. Starting first and foremost, we got the throwing shoes. Probably the most important thing in here, the throwing shoes. I throw in the ASICs. Got the sweet black, red bottom. We'll just set these off to the side. Really, the only two things I need to throw are my throwing shoes and my wrist protection. I could honestly be naked and still throw just fine. So those are the two things I need to actually perform. Everything else is just extra. So I have the boxing wrap. I don't roll it up because then it stays sweaty. Keep it unrolled so it's ready and dried out by my next practice. These are super cheap. You can get them 2-pack on Amazon for something around $10. So been using that. And then I have a whole ton. I have a little spacer divider here. All this is filled with roadie straps of various colors and even materials. So let's see. Usually choose which color I wear based on my mood. Although recently I've been wearing a lot of these leather ones. Are super slick. I like the way they feel. So in here we have just a bunch more tape, just in case I need it. I got orange tape because it was the cheapest that I could find on Amazon. Bought a box of orange, very strange color to have for tape. The white tape is pretty expensive, and even black tape was, so went with orange because it was like $17 cheaper for the same brand for a different color. And here also got a little racquetball. This is for playing little games as a warm-up sometimes for overseas and with some of the other shot putter guys. I know Tom Walsh is very fond of down ball, so I have to stay prepared and have that ready in case I ever come across him and for whatever reason he doesn't have his own ball. So sticking in the games, I got a little silicone frisbee here that I like to throw around. Just play a little catch to get loose before we start going. Moving on over here, we got some fat grips. These are awesome for any sort of grip strength stuff I like to do. Just to have it in my bag is always really nice. It's just ready to go. These are just some wrist wraps for bench press. Nothing too crazy about that. Got all my lifting and throwing needs in this bag. Just have everything always ready to go, so I just have to bring one bag around. Voodoo floss. This is some blood flow restriction band that you can kind of wrap up around anything that's kind of giving you some issues, pretty much limited to extremities. But wrap it up, move it around, stretch it a little bit, and then release it. It lets the blood flow come back in the area. It can often make it feel better afterwards. So got that. Got a little mini Therabody body massager. I always hit pretty much my whole body with this before I throw. So that's one of my essentials, and the little tiny one makes it easy to fit in here. Because I have a bigger one at home. Definitely more heavy duty, but it just would take up more space. So chalk. This one's kind of self-explanatory. Need it to throw and sometimes lift, I guess. All right. Oh, one more thing over here. I got these little pucks. They're supposed to be for throwing. they don't fly good at all. So instead I got 3 little markers for when I'm throwing to be able to put those out. Moving on to the other side.
Yeah, baby.
The XL JBL speaker. So this is one that I wouldn't actually like travel with. It's just too big. It takes up too much space. I do have a smaller one that is my travel JBL. This is just, you know, for when I'm out here and I'm still training in Nebraska, this is a much easier one to, I shouldn't say it's easy, it's huge, but it's loud so everybody can enjoy the speaker while we're all training outside. Obviously super important, a water bottle. We got these ones for making the Olympic team. I chose white and probably shouldn't have because it's looking kind of dirty now, especially when I'm throwing. It's like covered in the rusty colored dust that gets all over my hand, so important. Going along with the hydration, I have a ton of these Noon electrolyte tablets in here. Always got to stay hydrated because I'm quite the sweaty person, so tons of these. Always got to stay stocked up. I have a ton of rubber bands for lifting, stretching, rehab, all of that sort of stuff. Exercises. I have 1 heavy band, 2 medium bands, and then kind of a light. That's just a single light band. I have more in my trunk. I have a drawstring bag that's filled with way more bands. These are just the ones that I use most frequently, so I like them on hand. My tripod. Camera tripods, so for those days that I want to record my throwing and just see kind of what my technique is looking like, see where I need to make improvements. Always have this thing on me. It's suffered terrible beatings in this wind in Nebraska here. I often have to weigh it down with various things, but this is crucial for me. Sunscreen, because I'm a bald man. Need to keep my head safe and the rest of my body, so always keep that on me. A lacrosse ball and a little golf ball for rolling out various things, for those deep things or deeper with the golf ball. Luckily haven't been needing to use these too much lately, but they're small. They don't take up a lot of room and I like to have them for when I need them. Next up are my lifting straps. Ooh. Let's see if I can take one out. No, I gotta take both out. So these ones are kind of unique, not your typical lifting strap. I have more of like your normal ones back home, but I've been really liking these ones lately. They are, I'd say, probably safer than your average lifting strap for if you need to bail out on a lift. It's open-ended and it wraps up, so the bar would just go right there and you just need to let the bar go. I think these are made of silicone, so they have a good rubbery texture to them. You get really good grip on the bar. These are Grip Power Pads Pro. So if any of you want to try something a little different, a little bit safer. Last but not least, I keep some snacks in here. Usually just protein bars, or these are RX bars, which are, I think taste pretty good and they have a decent amount of protein in them. Just in case I get a little bit hungry during my lift or throw, just need a little snack to top off. A couple honorable mentions that didn't make it in the bag right now. I have a tape measure that I usually keep, especially when I'm traveling. It's not too big, it's quite flat, so that would be definitely in my bag if I'm on the road. That little speaker, I kind of talked about that earlier. And lifting shoes. I'm in the process of getting my lifting shoes custom made from ASICS. They have not arrived yet, so you better believe they'll be in my bag as soon as I get them. A short but sweet video going over my training bag. Hopefully this gives you a few ideas of what you can put in yours, or maybe cover something that, hey, maybe I didn't think about that. I need to get something like that. So if I missed anything in my training bag, let me know in the comments below. I'm always looking for ways that I can get something better, be a little bit better prepared to throw. So if you have anything that I missed, let me know. Thanks for watching.